Good evening, guys. Welcome into Guts and Butts. My name is Sam, and I will be your coach for today's class. Happy Tuesday. Happy Election Day. Hope you guys are having an awesome day. Hope you guys went out and voted and got your voices heard. Make sure you're taking care of yourselves, focusing on kindness at this time. And once you've done your part, there's not much else that you can do. So, trying to relieve those nerves. Thank you guys for coming to this workout tonight and taking care of yourselves in that way is an awesome way to do so. We're going to get into our workout in just a few moments, so be sure you have enough space, a big open space. Be sure here that you can take a big step forward, a big step back, and side to side. Being sure that you aren't going to hit anyone or anything around you. Also, be sure that you have your water handy. And if you have a fan, then you can turn that fan on or wait to turn it on later once we work up a sweat. Today, I will not be demonstrating with weights or using weights, but if you'd like to, again, be my guest, you can. If you have weights, that's awesome as well to chuck them on to your shoulders, put them in your hands, but I will not be using them this evening. As always, we're going to get started with our warm-up, so if you aren't already, stand on up. We're going to get that body moving. Body started with some knee hugs, so bringing the knee in and back down. Nice and quick here. Just giving that knee a big squeeze. Keeping the chest nice and open. Feeling the stretch in our hips and our thighs and our knees. Next up, bringing that heel back straight towards our lower glutes. Trying to find our balance in these movements by having that arm out or looking at that fixed point. The foot is nice and flat and taking deep breaths. And last one. Next, picking up that pace. We're going to march in place while bringing the knees up high. So high knees while marching in place. Pumping the arms with each knee. Bringing that knee up as far as we're comfortable. And back to those butt kicks. Heel comes straight to the lower glute. Almost like a little hamstring curl here. Bending our knees. 3, 2, and 1. Straight into some jumping jacks. Jumping up nice and high. Engaging our core. So stomach is nice and tight. Deep breaths. That heart rate should be getting up here. Give me 3, 2, and 1. Do some forward lunges next. Straight into the forward lunges. Sitting up nice and tall. Looking straight forward. Wide step forward. Trying to get those knees at a 90-degree angle. Toes are pointing straight forward as well. 3, 2, and 1. Slowing down. We're going to do a cherry picker or elephant stretch. One foot's nice and flat, one heel's out. Trying with the arms back, scooping the ground into the ceiling. Alternating sides, nice and quick. Taking deep breaths, inhale, exhale up. Give me about one more on each side here. Big scoop. Last one. And exhale. Next, we're going to do some arm circles. Taking deep breaths. Circles back first or forwards. And then rotating directions. Stretching out the chest, shoulders, and the arms. And next, just taking that arm across and alternating sides. Quick little stretch. Last one. Alrighty guys, that was our warm-up. Hopefully our bodies are feeling a little bit looser. We've got those knees warmed up, the elbows, the core, our legs, the shoulders, and the upper body. So that was our warm-up. Get some water if you need to, or turn that fan on if you'd like to. Today, as always, we will be working the lower body, glutes, and our core. Today, not much upper body. So mainly the guts and the butts in today's workout. I will be doing it by rounds again. So first round will be more lower body, more compound movements. Second round we'll go into more glute, isolate core, and burn out the core at the end. So that'll be the workout. Like I said in the beginning, I will not be using or demonstrating with weights, but they are an option to grab or put on your shoulders if you'd like to. So we're going to get started in just a few moments with our first round, our first movements. Alrighty, our first movement here, we have a reverse to a curtsy lunge. So reverse and curtsy lunges are both lunging back. The reverse lunge is just the straight back, and the curtsy lunge is the diagonal lunge, as some people call it. So we'll be alternating from reverse to curtsy. So this will be single leg. We're sitting up nice and tall. We're going to have a wide step back for our reverse lunge, trying to get our knees at that 90-degree angle, back to center for that diagonal curtsy lunge. So alternating from reverse to curtsy, staying on that left foot flat and moving the right foot first. You have 20 seconds each leg. Whenever you guys are ready, 20 seconds, and let's go. We're straight back, tap the foot center, and back to the curtsy. So trying our best to stay low the whole time. This left knee should always have a slight bend. Chest is open. Working the left glute and the left thigh here. Less than 10 seconds. Ooh, deep breaths. 5, 4, 3, 2, and finish it out. Stand up nice and tall. You should already be feeling it in that left leg, guys. Straight to the right foot flat. Left foot is back. Let's go straight back. Meet for a second and diagonal. So staying low, keeping the hips tucked back. Stomach or core is nice and tight. Shoulders are open. 10 seconds. Remember to breathe, guys. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Stand on up. Shake the legs out. Next up, we're going to be doing a sumo deadlift or a sumo squat here, so we have no weights. So we're going to get in a wider squat stance, so definitely wider than our shoulders here. Toes are going to be slightly pointed outwards. So this is our sumo stance, going as wide as our bodies are comfortable with. So basing it off of your shoulders. Here we're going to be squatting down and back up, nice and controlled. Again, if we have weight or like to use weight, then hanging that weight downwards between our legs. We're going to sit back into our hips, control it down, trying to get the knees at that 90 and quicker back up. Going to have 40 seconds here. And let's go. Nice and controlled, sitting back into our hips. And squeeze the glutes up. Trying to tap the ground if we can. Get that low. If not, Just doing a quarter squat is perfectly fine, guys. Going as low as your body is comfortable with. Feeling this mainly in your glutes, a little bit in those legs. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Next up, to finish it out, we're going to do a squat pulse here. So staying in that sumo stance, we're going to get down low, and we're going to pulse it here. So staying low, just slightly coming up for about 30 seconds. We're going to pulse, and then we have a short break. So keeping the feet nice and flat. Most of your weight should be in your heels. We're sitting back into our hips. Knees shouldn't be too far past our toes, and chest is open. Let's go. 30 seconds, we're pulsing. So tucking the core in, keeping it nice and tight. The back is flat, feeling this burn mainly in the glutes. Also the hamstrings and quads. 10 more seconds here. Remember to breathe. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming up, squeezing our glutes, coming back to center, shaking the legs out a bit. We are going to go into repeating all 3 of those movements in just a moment, so grab some water. Taking this time to hydrate and lower that heart rate just a bit. So taking deep breaths and reflecting on our movements, knowing what your body can and can't do, listening to your bodies, and maybe taking that weight off or adding some more weight, slowing down your intensity or speeding it up, whatever you'd like to do. So we are going to get back into it again with that reverse to curtsy lunge. So starting with the left foot nice and flat. Using the right toes here. 20 seconds on each side. Sitting up nice and tall. And let's go. We're straight back. Meet in the middle. Curtsy diagonal back. Finding our balance, we need to slow it down, catch our balance, and that's perfectly fine. What's going to help with that balance is control, keeping that front foot nice and flat, thinking about the movement that we're doing, and looking at that fixed point. Go for 3, 2, and 1. Straight into that left leg, and let's go straight back and diagonal. Again, focusing on that balance, on those muscles that we're working. This should be burning in our glutes and a bit in that right leg here. Hands can come out for extra balance as well. 5, 4, 3, 2, and last 1. Stand on up nice and tall. Woo! Feeling it in those quads and the glutes here. Let's go back into that sumo squat or sumo deadlift. Feet nice and wide stance, much further than your shoulder width. Slightly curved outwards, those toes. Remember, we're sitting back to our hips. Knees should be around our toes here. And back up. Nice and kind of controlled down. Weight is hanging down if we're using it. And let's go. We're sitting back, controlling it to 90 degrees. And quicker back up. So pretending like we're doing a deadlift here, or we're holding that weight in between our legs. Halfway there. Mainly working our glutes, also the hamstrings and the quads. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Staying here, we are going to pulse in this sumo. So in this wide stance, we're going to pulse for about 30 seconds. Chest is open, we're sitting back. Core's tight, and let's go. Pulsing here again, we're nice and controlled, focusing on those glutes, feeling that burn, pressing our feet down into the ground. They should be nice and flat. Halfway there, we just want to do a quarter lunge or a pulse, then this is awesome as well, but keeping those knees bent for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Squeezing the glutes up and shaking out those legs. Woo! Definitely feeling it in the lower body. We're going to move on to our second round next. So grab some water. Next up, we're going to be doing or getting down on the ground here for our side plank or laying down side plank leg abduction. So we're going to be on our forearms, making sure the elbows directly under our shoulders. We're going to have one knee down here, so that inward leg underneath is going to be bent. And here we're going to be lifting the leg up and back down. Nice and controlled. Gonna have 20 seconds on each side. Making sure the leg is straight out, chest is open, palm is nice and flat. And let's go. We're raising the leg up and tapping it back down. So coming up as far as we're comfortable with. Feeling this in our outer glutes here. Remembering to breathe. Big inhale down and exhale up. Go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and last 1. Control it wherever you are. Switching to the opposite side. Having that inward leg, the knee bent. On our forearm, shoulder underneath of our, elbow underneath of our shoulder. Leg straight out. 20 seconds and let's go. We're up and coming back down. Trying to keep the chest nice and open. Should be looking straight forward. Squeezing our glutes. You're over halfway there. Deep breaths. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming back to center. Next up, we're going to be doing plank taps here. So holding a plank while tapping our shoulders. So a little bit of shoulder work as well as core stability. So working on our core here and the stability muscles. So getting into our plank position, the wrists are directly under our shoulders. Having the option to be on our toes or on the knees. We're bracing our core, keeping it nice and tight, squeezing our glutes, and looking straight down here, tapping our shoulders, alternating sides, being sure we place the wrist back directly under our shoulders. So we're going to be here for about 40 seconds, then we've got a little break. So whenever you're ready, we're up on our toes or knees, tapping the hands to our shoulders. Trying our best to keep our torso as stable as possible. So squeezing our core, bracing our stomachs, and looking straight down at the ground. You're halfway there. Taking deep breaths. Feeling this work in the shoulders and the stomach here. Go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Woo, coming back up, stretching it out and grabbing some water. We are going to move on to our third and final round, isolating the core just a bit. We've got a couple more core movements, and then we're going to cool it down. So getting back onto the ground here, the ground, or your mat if you're using a mat. And we are going to go into a sit-up here. So nothing crazy, it's the simple movements that do the most or make the most impact. So we're doing a sit-up. Hands can be down or up. We're going to be reaching up all the way to the ceiling, straightening that back out. Arms nice and straight, and rolling the back all the way down. So nice and control for 30 seconds here. And let's go. We're reaching up, sitting ourselves up straight to the ceiling, and rolling down. So nice and controlled. Big exhale up, inhale down. Making sure the low back stays flat as we're down. And reaching up. 10 more seconds here. Keeping the heels down so feet are in that stationary spot. Give me 5, 4, 3, 2, and roll it down. Staying down here, bringing the feet flat. We're going to do some heel taps or some penguins. So the feet are going to be flat, pretty close to our hips or to our glutes. We'll be bringing the shoulder blades up. We're looking straight through our legs. We'll be reaching side to side towards our heels. Keeping our back nice and flat. We're going to have 30 seconds here. Lifting the shoulder blades, and let's go. Crunching side to side. Reaching towards our heels. We do not have to touch our heels, but just reaching, being sure we're looking straight through our legs. And squeezing our core, working our outer abdominals here. 10 more seconds. Remember to breathe, taking deep breaths. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Sitting back up. Whew. One more movement here. We're going to work our lower core with some scissor kicks. So here, either back on our palms or we can be back on our forearms, but I prefer at that 90-degree angle with our elbows. We're going to be doing some scissor kicks here or leg drops. So single leg drops, scissoring the legs back and forth, tapping the heels down, keeping that slight bend in our knees. Final 30 seconds here, and let's go. Nice and easy. Just a slight tap down, keeping the core nice and tight, using our glutes to support us. So we're laying on our tailbone and laying on those forearms. Being sure we're looking straight forward and remembering to breathe. About 10 more seconds here. Bracing the core. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming back down and sitting up nice and tall. stretching it out a little bit. We are going to cool it down now. So grab some water and you can stay on the ground. In these last few minutes, we're just going to stretch the body out, relax our mind and our muscles. So we're just going to start by sitting up nice and tall on the ground with our legs extended, opening up our chest, taking some deep breaths, and reaching to one side, making that arch in our arm, feeling the stretch in our outer stomachs, back to center and reaching to the opposite side. Feeling that side stretch, coming back, and we're going to reach towards the center, towards our toes, for that forward fold. Feeling the stretch in the back of our legs and our hamstrings. And sitting back up to center. Now bring both of the feet in for a butterfly. So pressing the feet together, sitting up nice and tall, lengthening our spine and opening up the chest and fluttering the knees downwards. Being sure we're taking deep breaths throughout these cool down movements or stretches to lower the heart rate. Feeling the stretch in the inner thighs. Coming back to center, we're going to cross one foot over the opposite knee, elbow across the knee, and we're going to twist, feeling that stretch in the upper back and shoulder, in our hips, and in our spine. You can roll out the wrist if you'd like to. Coming back to center, switching sides, doing the same thing, elbow across, and we're rotating, feeling that spinal stretch. Rolling the wrist out if you'd like to. Coming back to center, next we're going to lay down on our backs on the ground. And we're going to bring our knees into a tabletop position. So bending our knees, we're going to cross one ankle over the knee, on opposite knee, and pulling in through the thigh towards our chest. Feeling the stretch in our glutes here. You can roll out that hovering ankle if you'd like to. Being sure the back is nice and flat. We're taking deep breaths. We can switch sides whenever we're ready. Taking the ankle across, bringing the hands through the thigh, and pulling towards our chest here. Again, rolling out that hovering ankle if we'd like. Nice and easy, we're going to release from that stretch, coming back down. Next, we're going to roll on over to our stomachs, bringing the hands by the shoulders. We're going to press each fingertip down, lay the feet flat, and extend the arms up, opening up the chest, so rolling those shoulders back, lengthening our neck, feeling the stretch in our stomachs here, so in our core and abdominal muscles, maybe rocking from side to side, taking deep breaths. On your next big inhale, coming back, opening the knees up, and exhaling into a child's pose. So sitting back into our hips and crawling the fingertips out in front of us. Feeling this stretch in our shoulders and upper back and in our hips here and hip flexors. Taking deep breaths, letting our neck fall towards the ground so we're not straining it. Letting your neck fall. Taking this time to reflect on today's workout. Be super proud of yourselves for getting through it. Maybe taking this time for some gratitude. So thinking of the things that we're grateful for today. And taking this time to maybe relieve some stress or anxiety that this week may be putting on you. And whenever you are ready, you can sit back up, crisscross applesauce, and that is all I have for you guys today for this guts and butts workout. And I really hope, as always, you guys enjoyed this evening's class. Again, my name is Sam. I'm here every Monday through Thursday for a strength workout, so with the guts and butts and strength circuits. I also have an in-person guts and butts every Monday at 1:15. The sun is going down, so I'm sorry for the darkness, daylight savings. But yes, and also if you are interested in doing what I do or becoming a personal trainer, so group fitness or personal trainer, like I do here at the university, then we are having our prep courses very soon, later this semester and next semester. So please register and apply for those. Applications need to be in by the end of November, I believe. So if you go on our website, there will be information about becoming one of us or an instructor or a trainer. And the prep course has a bunch of information that will help you get those certifications, and the courses are free. So please utilize those. That's what I did to be where I am a few years ago. So yes, we are doing those. Applications for those are being requested right now. So look into that if you'd like to. If not, have an awesome rest of your evening. Happy Tuesday. Hopefully I'll see or talk to you guys tomorrow in my strength circuits or on Thursday. Bye, guys.